Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you're brand new. Welcome back if you're not. Welcome home if that's how this sits for you. Today I just want to talk about the Cancer new moon that's happening on the 17th of July, 2023. This happens at 1:32 p.m. Central Time. And our new moon is at 24 degrees Cancer. What we know about a new moon is that that's when the sun and moon are conjunct. We have the dark moon. And this one happens opposite Pluto and squaring the moon's nodes. It also happens trining Neptune and sextiling Uranus. And here's the thing, the really critical aspect that's happening to this new moon is its involvement in the ongoing Pluto squaring the nodes aspect that's happening basically from, of course, from April until October of 2023. And this happens just before the first perfection of these squares. And so let's talk a little bit about, first of all, Cancer new moon, right? Cancer and the moon are, Cancer rules the moon. The moon is ruled by Cancer. And this is about mother, mystery, moon, magic, right? This energy is how we are nurtured, how we learn to nurture ourselves, and how we nurture those in our lives. It is the way that we speak to ourselves. It's how we deal with our hurt feelings. It's our capacity for that channeling of maternal energy, right? It's how we choose to stay open or close off. It's how vulnerable we can allow ourselves to be, right? The moon is about tidal and cyclic energy in our lives. So it's how we ride the swells of our emotions, right? Think about a surfboard on big waves in the ocean. That is a beautiful kind of visual of Cancerian energy. And the key here is that what we're really looking for at this time of this new moon is how we are going to begin, right? New moons are times of inception. When the moon is dark, we set intentions, we make claims for what is to come. And as we're involved in this Pluto node square, this is about how we're going to set our intention in terms of how we're going to nurture ourselves, how we're going to tell our story, how we're going to create our own patterns and be our own kind of wave generator, right? So that we don't get overrun by the onslaught of emotions. Instead, we're going to choose how to hold our ground, how to stand in our own value, in our own worth, in our own story, right? How we're going to self-soothe through whatever it is to come. And here's the deal. As we really witness this nurturing energy, remember that the way that we learn that is through the modeled behavior of those around us, of our parents, or how we choose to speak to ourselves. And even that nurturing energy comes with, of course, boundaries, right? This is important. This is very important when we're talking about a Cancer new moon. Wow, hello, okay. Because what we're trying to do is set the stage for our own optimal nurturing, right? And so this is a cardinal energy new moon. So this is about beginnings and inceptions, right? And every beginning necessitates an ending somewhere. Every bit of creation comes with a required destruction of something, right? We can't make room for anything new without cleaning out the old. And again, the proximity of this Cancer new moon to the to that Pluto squaring the nodes really asks us to be mindful of this in terms of our relationships. And that can be the relationship that we have with ourselves or the relationship that we have with others, right? And the relationship with ourselves sets the tone for every other relationship we have. So remember that if you're shifting or changing your pattern, what's going to happen is that it ripples out into the relationships around you. And guess what? That can come with some conflict, some pushback, some drama. That's okay, because that drama that accompanies those endings will also clear out at the end of that energetic shift. So don't get too hung up in the fearful anticipation or the reaction to that potential drama, right? And remember whose drama that is. Remember, your engagement is in drama is an agreement to participate in somebody else's not your business, right? So the key here is to mind those circumstances, those situations, those relationships, and find that gold, those gems hidden inside of them, right? That's that Pluto underworld vibe. Everything has something glittering hidden within it. It's your job to find that, right? You're panning for the gold inside that wave, inside of that, let's call it, in the earth, in the water, whatever it is that you're digging in, whether it's a structural pattern, whether it's an emotional pattern, whether it's a mental pattern, it doesn't matter. Wherever you're digging for that, it's your job to look for the glitter and find it, right? What is shining in that darkness? We'll get there. Remember that also this new moon is trining Neptune, and Neptune is retrograde. So this adds clarity, right? It adds that level up divine perspective. And as long as you're claiming and not avoiding and not taking the opportunity to dissociate from the truths, right? This brings you to that next level. We also have a sextile to Uranus, and Uranus is all about aha moments. It's all about shift and change. And so that change is offered in an easy way, in a supported way. And it's fundamental, right? And so witness that there could be a sudden lightning flash of clarity that requires you to act, right? And so as the moon is at home here, these feelings are stronger. They're more accessible to you, right? So this is kind of like sitting around in your pajamas, and those things are easier to grasp than if you're at a, formal party in fancy clothing. It's just a lot easier to get down to the nitty-gritty, which is really what is required with all of these big aspects. Let's talk about them a little bit. So we have the Tower, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is that plodding forward energy, stamina and endurance. And the Tower is shattering, destruction, cataclysmic change. So as we move forward, right, sometimes the Knight of Pentacles is stuck in his routine, right? Sometimes he's so focused on the rut in front of him, the path in front of him, that he doesn't notice that there might be a different way. Guess what? At this particular new moon, opposing Pluto, right, with those nodes on the corners, you may experience a cataclysmic shift in your trajectory. Embrace it, right? Where you're going is never as important as how you get there. And if how you're getting there is mindlessly just, blinders on, moving forward, sometimes the universe is going to shake you up, right? With this sextile to Uranus, be mindful. Things might come in a way that you're not expecting. Be on the lookout. So we also have the Seven of Swords and the Lovers. Here's the deal. Seven of Swords is about betrayal, but swords are always about ideas. So this is about how you may be stuck in a belief pattern that is not really serving your highest and best. This is the way that you might have a belief structure around relationships, around what you deserve, around the choices that you're allowed to make, right? And I very specifically use the word allowed because guess what? You get to make any choice you want. And you get to make it without repercussion. You get to make it without fear of retribution. That doesn't mean you don't put yourself in line for consequences, but you don't get to bullshit yourself, right? Your expectations create your relationships. Your belief structure creates what you believe you deserve, how deeply you are available to be met in a relationship. And so if you're deceiving yourself or betraying yourself in any way, you are putting yourself at risk for being out of line with any relationship in your life, right? The Lovers is a card of choice. It's a card of decision. It's also a card of divine union and divinely created relationship. And as we're talking about those nodes moving into Aries and Libra, that is 100% the dynamic of self and other. So all of the preconceived notions you have about what that means to be in relationship, not only with others, but with yourself, is going to be called into question. You're going to have to make new choices. This new moon is a beautiful time to choose that deep nurturing, to choose that divine blessing, right? We also have the Two of Wands and the Hanged Man. I love this one. The Two of Wands is heart-driven choices, right? This is how we choose between our passions. This is how we allow our heart and our heart's desires to lead us. And the Hanged Man offers you a shift in perspective. So again, any way that you have believed that you are required to make choices could be turned on its ear right now. The Hanged Man is also a card that creates a divine relationship, right? This Hanged Man, look at his beautiful halo. He's waiting for divine inspiration. And so as this is a card of divine inspiration in terms of how you choose based on what your soul is telling you, what your heart is telling you, this allows you that different perspective to find the correct way. And by correct, I only mean correct for you, right? In this moment, knowing that every single choice is a choice that could be made or remade at any moment in time. This just gives you that interesting perspective to choose, knowing that you get to choose from every angle and re-choose at your will, at your pleasure, right? We've got the Hermit and the Wheel here. So the Hermit is all about how we, again, look for the light in the darkness, right? This is that Pluto energy. And the Wheel is cycles. The Wheel is completion. It's achievement. It's learning lessons, right? This is closure. This is witnessing the way cycles move and turn in your life. Understanding that nothing, absolutely nothing is permanent. And everything is temporary. And so wherever you are in your choosing pattern, the place you have to find that guidance is in the darkness. At this time of a Cancer new moon, which is in the darkness, we have to trust the cycle, right? You have to trust that in this darkness, the light will come. In this darkness, the light will come, right? And that light is simply the light of your alignment, the light of your soul, the light of your learning. And the pace is always your pace. The clarity is always your clarity. There's never a mistake, right? The way that you choose to be nurtured or to be witnessed or to be in reclamation at this time is absolutely perfect. You can't do it wrong. All you can do is be open, right, to those fundamental shifts and changes as your awareness comes more widely online, as your capacity comes more widely online. We've got the Ace of Swords and the Six of Cups. So the Ace of Swords, right? Aces, as always, are gifts from the universe that are offered. They have to be accepted. They have to be put into motion with gratitude, right? We can't pocket an ace. We can't put it in our bag for later. We have to put it into action. And so here we have those lightning flashes of Uranus, right, coming in. And as they're modified by the Six of Cups is a card of unconditional love, right? Cancer, new moon energy. We have this beautiful sense of being nurtured in the most fundamental way, right? This is how we are loved before we know what love is. This is how we're nurtured before we know what nurturing is. This is how our heart feels before it's ever been hurt or jaded or let down or betrayed or anything like that. This is that purest feeling, that sense of self. And guess what? This idea that comes in can bring you right back to this. Because there are no attachments when it comes to an ace, right? This is simply how you experience that gift from the universe. And this also says to you, whatever was does not matter, right? However you've been hurt and chosen to carry baggage, however you've closed down as a result of your learning lessons, you can always choose to be on your healing journey back toward what that Six of Cups offers, right? And the way to do that, all day, every day, right? You have the opportunity all day, every day to choose and re-choose. Absolutely every single day you can choose the way that you want to experience, right? You can choose to widen your capacity. You can choose to widen your capability. You can choose to utilize the energy of that divine feminine vulnerability. You can choose to surrender to what is coming, right? Instead of choosing to kind of knuckle under to what has been. And sometimes the way to do that is to move past your fear of the drama that goes along with the shift and change. Look at that sweet little baby. Let's see what this is. Benefactor, grace and generosity, gifts, support, and mentoring. When the benefactor weaves her energy into your life, you're put on notice that all manner of positive reinforcement is coming your way. Why, yes. Yes, it is, right? The universe wants to let you know that just as you have been generous with others, serving with your gifts in even the smallest capacity, so will you be rewarded in myriad ways. The most beautiful gift the benefactor gives you is the recognition that you are stewarding and sharing abundance on behalf of a higher source, one that is always working through you. And we have an equal amount of majors here. So this is a major life shift to pay attention to. The motives for her generosity to you, as well as yours to others, are intangible, though you will see the results reflected in the material world. The benefactor reminds you that it's in the purity of your desire to share without need for reciprocity, paradoxically. Your initial generosity is reciprocated tenfold, seemingly without any connection to the original act. Dream sharing and carrying into being, and you will be amazed to see this vibrant seed take root and spread. Do it just because, and the benefactor will give you her blessing, right? And so this is really that energy of unconditional love, that energy of maternal nurturing, right? That energy of supreme vulnerability. What you do from your heart, right? How you act from your heart's desires, from the deepest depths of your soul, right? How you choose to bring that divinity forth is what's always given back to you. And if it hasn't been up until this point, you get to choose at this point, right? This is our beautiful spectrum of action, reaction, of awareness and adaptability. you get to choose where you are on the spectrum. And if you choose this to be your moment to cut away everything before and move forward in that energy, right? This Cancer new moon can change your life, right? The thing is, giving yourself grace means cutting away everything that has been before. And everything that has been before is not your definition, right? It doesn't define you. It simply has been. What defines you is where you choose to be now, right? Where you choose to be now. And you have that option to cut everything else away. No more ruts, right? No more betrayal. Only the highest choice. Only the gem in the darkness. Only my highest and best, my deepest and widest, right? All day, every day. You have that choice. So choose wisely, my friends. Claim wisely, especially at this Cancer new moon. Big blessings. Please also check out that Pluto Square the Nodes video. And understand that this is a really beautiful opportunity energetically for all of us, but for you as well. So big blessings. Take care, and blessed new moon.